Okay, this is my second attempt at the video. Uh, the first video went pretty well. I think I played pretty well. Didn't get into that many interesting situations, but the reason I wanted to try again with this is because I feel like I kind of didn't really explain myself very well. The plays I was making, like, there was a lot of idle time where I wasn't really talking, and also, I mean, I can think of a few spots where I made a play and I really didn't explain myself. So, I mean, it's kind of pointless if you don't really hear my thought process, my full thought processes during hand. So, we'll try to be a little more talkative this time. As far as players I'm familiar with, the only player that I'm really familiar with at this table is Nano on both tables. As far as I know, he's basically a he plays like 20 tables, and he's pretty spewy, but mainly he's just really peely. Like, I have a bunch of notes on him. Basically calls re-raise in position with ace king, and basically peels a queen high flop instead of choosing the bluff with it. Also, the fact that he called with ace king instead of 4-betting it is pretty interesting to me. But I've seen a lot of hands posted from people I know of him just really not giving any respect to 3-bets pre-flop or to 4-bets. So I'm going to probably be more apt to fast play big hands against him pre-flop. For some reason my computer's giving me trouble. I don't know why. He called pretty quickly. I see no reason not to bet again here. I kind of want to just check call because I think he's on a draw a lot. I think that hand's pretty standard. Oops, get rid of that. I think, like, the more of a read I have that he's just a total donk, the more I'm probably just going to bet the river again. But I don't really have any reads, and the quickness of his call down kind of indicated that he probably was on some sort of draw. No one figures to have like a lot of high cards in her hand due to the pre-flop action, so just lead. I don't really like playing this hand to him pre-flop because although I have a lot of reads that he's pretty spewy, I think he's a pretty good player. I'm pretty sure he's a big winner, according to any data mines I've seen. And also, I can't really do anything profitably there, just because I think that 3-betting for value is going to put me in a lot of spots where he's going to be like 4-betting with worse hands and stuff like that. And when he calls, I'm not going to really flop well enough to defend my 3-bet because he's probably going to be auto check shoving a lot of flops, and just ace-10 off doesn't hit any flops. And I think calling a position's kind of bad there versus him, just because for the same reasons. I think with the ace-10 suited, I would probably cold call. Or maybe 3-bet. I have a bunch of hands on these guys, but I don't really remember how they play. They're obviously nitty, so their games probably just didn't really leave an impression in my mind. And these stats are probably from last year. What in the world is wrong with this mouse? I think obviously the play here is to call. I don't really necessarily give his little min re-raise all that much credit. And now I kind of don't really want to give him a free card, so I feel like I need to raise. The trouble is I think his range is kind of polar, so, and then he kind of insta calls. I guess I should just bet fold the turn for like 88. Because I think it's really highly possible for him to have like an ace-king type hand or something like that. It's actually got a pretty decent amount of equity against me. Also, that since he's probably a donk, he might even call down with that. But I think if he shoves here, he's got to have aces or kings. It's kind of a weird hand. Because I think it's kind of hard to imagine him having like, I mean, I guess it's possible that he has like jacks or tens or something, or not jacks because that makes us sad, but like a mid pair. But I still think on that board I kind of need to bet and not put myself in any guess spots against what is kind of I have really no idea what his range is. I don't think 8 jack off is going to be good enough to defend in any way versus Nano's open. I think even suited I would probably let go the vast majority of the time. Or I would 3-bet. I would never call. I think that Jack 9 suited would probably be a call out of the blinds versus him. Because I think it has enough flop potential to show a profit versus his opening range on the button, which is quite wide. Versus that re-raise from wrong button, I'm trying to think of what my ranges would be to defend there. I think versus him, he's so tight, I would probably be forced to fold 9s. So I guess my range to at least call would be 10s plus, and I would probably even fold ace queen there for the first time. So 10s plus and ace king, and some of that I would 4-bet. But probably I would just call with that entire range.